Hello everyone, I'm the Nerdy Fool and welcome back to Pathfinder Kingmaker. We are in the Dwarven ruins that are now inhabited by trolls and kobolds. We're hunting down the Troll King and the Kobold King. And I believe the Kobold King is King Tartuk, also known as Tartuccio. We've got 3 branded trolls here. There is a puzzle we didn't complete yet. Valerie, why are you so late getting into this fight? Also, can you guys let the wolf through? Like, Dog is gonna die, and probably so is Amiri, because Amiri was already really hurt. You guys pull slightly out of the way. Wolf, you head in here. Come on. Thank you. Harem, you also should be in here. Amiri has dropped at -4. I guess you're not dropped yet. You've got 1 turn. That might be enough to save you.
Won't kill me.
Nope. Alright, are you guys still fighting? You were not. Okay.
I always survive.
Where are we at with our frontliners? So we've got Valerie. Okay, Valerie and Harem are still up. And you're doing fire damage, which is entirely unhelpful right now. It's good to have her around for fights where I need fire damage against normal trolls. But most of the time, the tougher fights are against the branded trolls. So maybe keeping Kaliki around would be the smarter call. Even though it feels weird when there are enemies who have regeneration unless I use fire. Alright, let's get a bit of healing. It's mainly to help Amiri and then the 2 wolves. Most other people are still topped off pretty well. Then, spell-wise, do you have anything I don't necessarily care about? Yeah. Freedom of movement's not that critical. I think keeping Amiri topped off is going to be more useful.
In due time.
Why are we walking so slow? We're not encumbered. You're not even fatigued. Just feels like we're moving around really slow. Oh, hi, kobolds. You are friendly. Also, there was a door down here that I noticed but didn't really make note of.
I'm there.
Oh, Argulka, you're the king and Tartuk. We've found both kings. And this is probably the forge that we read about in a book when the dwarves were pulling out. They said the one thing they were going to regret is that it had such a masterful forge here at this place. Borba! Oh.
You managed to get here. Good. Now Argulka will tear you apart with his own hands.
Argulka turns from the anvil, and on his chest is a brightly glowing brand mark. Okay. We did notice when we first met them that their brand was very faded. So apparently they've just been rebranded.
Stop, courageous and strong, Argulka. I wish to ask.
Tartuk puts aside the iron rod he just used to finish branding the troll.
Say me, why are you slaying us? What did we to you? Why take troll and kobold lives in their own home?
I have to ask how long you're going to pretend, Tartuccio. I know who you are. Yeah, it's a fair question. Lawful good, you monsters threaten humanity. You may seem civilized, but there's a dark beast deep inside each of you, a beast that must be stopped before it bites. I wouldn't say so. If we could trust them to be peaceful. But we can't. There's enough of them still roaming around attacking people. And even like the ones that was teaching English, or Common, I guess is what they call it in the Pathfinder universe, was translating Borba, which is the name for all of the civilized races. He translated to meat. Like that's here in their fortress. They're still teaching people that the civilized races are meat. It's not good. Lawful neutral, you attack my barony, I protect my subjects. Yep. Chaotic neutral, it just happened this way. Lawful evil, the barony is for civilized races only. Your kind of murderers are not welcome here. Chaotic evil, I just enjoy killing, listening to trolls scream when acid touches their skin, and slaughtering kobolds by the score. Well, who hasn't time for that? Wow. I'm gonna start with the... How long are you gonna pretend, Tartuccio?
You know nothing, nothing. So, will you tell us why you brought us death?
Hearing the word Tartuccio, the kobold waves his hand hesitantly, but then freezes and hisses angrily. You attacked my barony. I protect my subjects.
Borba kills because trolls and kobolds don't like her. That's what all Borba do.
Hargolka takes a deep breath, his chest rattling, then spits on the floor.
Trolls and kobolds cannot establish a kingdom while humans kill them.
If the trolls and kobolds weren't going out attacking villages, then we wouldn't necessarily come here to kill you.
Death to the Borba!
Hargolka pounds his club on the stone floor. Fire burns in the kobold's eyes, bright within his horse skull helmet.
Doesn't matter.
So we've got the chance to take out Tartuk again. What do we see? You're a level 11 wizard now, dude. And Hargolka, we do not know your stats. Anyway, Valerie, I want you to get in there first.
Strike is one.
The rest of you, can you... How about all of you hold? Nope, all of you hold. Valerie, you charge in. Okay, now...
This will hurt.
Let's focus on Hargolka, all of the ranged characters. Nope, not moving. You. Alright, I'll click down here. Is it shift click? Shift click. There we go. You three, focus on Tartuk.
Hide from me.
Wow, you are hitting Valerie over and over again. Let's see. You're not attacking touch. You've got a plus 27 to your attack rolls. Ah. Her AC's 31 and you have a plus 27. Dude. Let's get some haste going. Bless. Rage. And I suppose for this boss fight, let's also do all of our other spells. Okay, Valerie's down already. Yikes. Are you at least somewhat hurt? Yeah, you're about half dead. That's not ideal. Amiri's gonna go down in a moment. Amiri's dead. Alright. I need acid damage on Hargolka. Oh, you're actually dead. Never mind.
You should have run.
Losing Amiri sucks, but we can resurrect her, I'm sure. After Hargolka's death, the kobold spells weaken as though he's lost his concentration. His attacks stop, and he simply defends himself. Finally, he drops his hands in the middle of casting a spell, letting it dissipate.
Useless. Senseless. You are victorious. I surrender.
He's breathing so heavily that it's hard to make out his coarse hisses. I'm asking you for the last time, who are you? I remember well the gnome Tartuccio, who assumed the appearance of the kobold Tartuk. And I remember clearly how I killed him, how I killed you. You weren't too eager to show mercy to us. Why should I show mercy to you? For lawful mercy, you deserve no... Lawful mercy. Lawful neutral attack, you deserve no mercy. We'll start with the intimidate. Who are you?
This is strange. I remember and I don't remember. My head is a hall of doors, and almost all are closed. Sometimes I remember something, but then emptiness.
Listen, I know who I was and how I died.
Then something happened.
Power. A great power. It brought me back to life.
But not the way I was before.
The kobold heaves a pained sigh. And then Tartuk Tartuccio's speech changes, as if two creatures are speaking at once.
My return was not a gift, but a curse. I became the one I pretended to be. Kobold Tartuk, not gnome Tartuccio. And I started to forget who I was, how I lived. Sometimes I have pictures in my head. I thought they were visions, until I met you, my executioner. But I must say, I don't know who did this to me. I don't know what will happen. But I was happy. Tartuccio called everyone fools, because he knew he was one too. A funny, luckless fellow. But as Tartuk, I was different. I became a leader. I commanded respect. I created Trobold to show everyone what I can do. I can change the world. Do something important.
Sounds good in theory. Again, if there was a way for the kobolds and trolls to peacefully coexist with people, I don't think I would necessarily have a problem with them living in this, ruin. We've got lots of land. But they were continuing to attack on the roads, attack villages, whatever. That's the problem the thing I had a problem with, not with them trying to civilize themselves.
But now it is over. You will not spare me.
Probably not. So what about your spy mission for Patax?
Pitax, strong country, ravenous king. He wants more power. Yes, I remember. I served him. The king said there's some ancient artifact in the stolen lands. Find it and send to me. And I did. I found it in the Sycamore Hall and sent it to the king. Then fought against you and died.
The kobold ponders over your question. You weren't too eager to show us mercy. Show mercy to us. Why should I show mercy to you? Tartuk squats tiredly and looks morose. The rugs that serve him for clothes are tattered, though through the holes you can see bleeding scratches on his purple hide. At the moment, Tartuk looks like a severely beaten dog, his masters having banished him from the coziness of home out into the pouring rain.
Kobolds didn't wish war. I didn't wish war. It's all Joe's fault. I sought to suppress their wish to kill humans, but they wouldn't listen.
He shakes his head and his horse skull helmet shifts askew. Tartuk slowly sets it right, then throws a glance towards Holgoka's remains. You could build a new city of kobolds if you could get them all to be peaceful, if you can't trust the trolls. You can't just blame the trolls. You were the one who branded them, convinced them of their false immortality. Why did kobolds join forces with trolls in the first place? What would you do if I let you go? Probably not. You can't blame the trolls. You branded them and convinced them of their false immortality.
I don't accuse anyone. It was me who found this place, rekindled this ancient forge, sensed its magic. I started to brand trolls to shield them from fire. It was my mistake as much as trolls.
Tartuk bares his teeth and then he glares defiantly at you. Why did the kobolds join forces with trolls in the first place?
You cannot understand. Kobolds are small. Everyone tries to banish them, strike them, slay them. No one respects them. Same things I suffered in the past. I just wanted respect for kobolds.
Tartuk coughs wetly and then spits some blood on the ground.
Trolls were listening to kobolds. For the first time since the dawn of this world, kobolds were treated with respect.
The kobold falls silent and stares at the dead Hargolka for a moment.
You wouldn't understand.
Tartuk casts his eyes down and whispers, I wonder if we were playing something like a tiefling, if there might be a different statement here. Because obviously as an Asmar, everyone looks up to us. We wouldn't understand. But there are races that are looked down on among the playable races. And it's possible that there could have been different dialogue. So what would you do if I let you go? Or we could attack. Uniting trolls led to many of my people's deaths. It's time to answer for your crimes. Or neutral evil. You will die, but first tell me, how does it feel to be responsible for the deaths of each and every one of those who followed you? Those who once saw you as a leader, not some miserable jester. What would you do if I let you go?
You would release me.
I'm curious.
I shall go away, a long distance away, so no one could find me. Away from trolls, from humans, from kobolds.
The kobold stands straighter.
I sought to establish the kobolds' kingdom. I wished a place in this world for kobolds. Wish them to be accepted. Some home. But I've lost.
Tartuk slouches again. The moment passed.
I brought my people to death.
He sighs just like a human would. Yeah. I almost feel bad. Again, I wish there was a way that we could have found neutral ground, more peacefully resolved this. We tieflings are despised outcasts in the most parts of the world, in most parts of the civilized world. Maybe it's just my scarred heart speaking, but I believe Tartuk and his kobolds deserve another chance. Let them live.
You let this monster go now, and it will sow death and terror somewhere else. Don't make this mistake.
Yeah, so that's what I was saying about tieflings. They probably understand where he's coming from. Neutral good, leave now. I don't want to see you again in this life or the next. Chaotic. You know what? I like you. You're strong and adventurous like me. How about I build your kingdom inside my barony as my vassal? Do we actually trust Tartuccio? Or rather, this new Tartuk? Like, I felt bad with how everything went down with the kobolds and the mites at the sycamore tree. I feel a little bit bad here. The trolls, not so much, although the one we met out by when we first entered this area, Jason, I think his name was, he seemed reasonable. And we rescued the one that the wizard was doing his experiments on. I'm not against a vassal state. I'm slightly against a vassal state with Tartuccio. But there's something to be said for if he is my vassal, I can keep a better eye on what he's doing. But he'd also have more opportunities to stab me in the back. Lawful neutral. Uniting the trolls led to people's deaths. Attack. Neutral evil. Die because it's blah blah blah. I'm definitely leaning towards the chaotic. And I did say I want to play chaotic good. And this is a chaotic option. Part of me really wants to see if it's possible to have a monster kingdom. Like if they can peacefully coexist. I'm gonna do it. You know what? I like you. I like you as a bit strong. But also, I think part of it is truth that Tartuk is not fully Tartuccio. Tartuccio was awful. Tartuk, what he's become, doesn't seem as bad. How about I let you build your kingdom inside my barony as my vassal?
A kobold kingdom near human settlements. What an absurdly dangerous idea. Only a short-sighted ruler would let cunning beasts like these live near her towns and villages.
That's the point of a vassal. I get to set the rules, and if they don't follow them, they get punished. Like if they're attacking the towns and villages, then we renegotiate or wipe them out. I'm with you. Sometimes you just need to break the established order of things and show the world there's another way. Let the Kobold Kingdom in your land stand as an example of this. In the end, what is Tartuccio's story if not a true wonder? And what's the harm in allowing it a happy ending? There could be a lot of harm. The potential that we get betrayed is huge. The potential that he can't keep control over his subjects and they attack innocent villagers is huge. This could turn out very poorly. So what's the harm? It could be a lot.
Why? Why tolerate this creature? What need have you for kobolds?
Ekin frowns, shaking his head, and then he shakes his head again and turns away. You don't specifically have any particular hate for kobolds. I thought your hate was primarily towards trolls.
Kingdom, yes? You offer me to stay and build my kingdom in your lands.
Kobold tilts his head, his cold reptile eyes looking straight at you. Then he gulps and continues, carefully articulating his words. Why not? I rule here, I make the final decision, so what do you say? Will you be my vassal? It's chaotic neutral. Perhaps I'm being too hasty. I don't think I'm ready to share my lands with kobolds. Yeah, I rule here. Will you be my vassal? This could be a really terrible idea, but I'm super curious.
What an untold, glaring stupidity.
Tartuk hesitates. He throws another glance at Hargoko's remains, then slowly straightens himself upright, adjusts the horse skull on his head, and brushes the dirt off of his blood-stained clothes.
You won't regret this. I, Tartuk, swear my loyalty to you. Gods are my witnesses. Witnesses of the agreement between humans and dragon successors.
Kobold's voice fills the room, echoing off the walls. Dragon successors. I guess that is kind of how kobolds all see themselves, as though they are the blood of dragons, when more they're just servants that happen to look somewhat draconic. But sure, dragon successors.
Let's leave this place. Humans must stay under the sunlight, and we shall build our home beneath the surface, under your protection.
I'm super curious to see how this shakes out. It could turn out so bad. Alright, Amiri's dead. And I'm pretty sure we don't have any scrolls of Revivify or something. That would be terribly convenient. So we're probably going to have to spend a fortune to bring her back. Not from Z to A, from A to Z. Do we have scroll of Revivify or Resurrection? No. Yeah. So we're going to have to wait until we get back to town and then look for the cleric, see what they can do. So we've got a heavy mace and a belt, Mallet of Woe, and Belt of Physical Might +4. Whoa. So the Mallet of Woe, +3 heavy mace, 2d6 damage, and grants the wielder the continuous effects of freedom of movement spell. You've currently got a Shock Frost heavy mace +1. Does quite a bit less damage because it doesn't have... Why does it have a base damage value of 2d6 bludgeoning? It's not large. At least I don't see anything that claims it's a large weapon. I mean, he's still using it one-handed, so I'm guessing it's not large. It just deals more damage than a standard mace would. Alright. Yeah, Mary's dead there. We'll deal with that later. Trolls rarely use flags. Their leader must be a genius for his race. Soot blackened tongs. Troll leader fancies himself a true king. He even made himself a throne. Trolls rarely use flags. Yep.
I do what I must.
Alright, there was a further door down here. But let's interact with this anvil. An ancient anvil. Can it still work? Aram can't believe his own eyes, so he reaches to the anvil, touches it with care. Fiery sparks flit dangerously close to his beard. It's just beautiful. The dwarf smiles happily. You see, everything is not that bad after all. The anvil is still operational. What do you say now? Don't touch the anvil, step back. What do you say now? Aram pets the anvil gently, without any fear of its heat. Once, I dreamed of working with a furnace like that. I gave oath to Torag that I'd craft hundreds of suits of armor, that my hammer would be tireless. Oh, that was so long ago. He finally averts his gaze from the fire and turns to you. The very existence of this anvil is miraculous and unnatural. So much suffering and sorrow surrounds us, and yet here, hope? Aram shakes his beard in negation. This shouldn't be like that. This is just wrong. Aram turns around and glares at the anvil, with hate in his eyes. His hands clench into fists. Grotus, grant me strength. I'll restore righteousness. The dwarf deals a strong blow with his fist to the anvil's base. Wow. The light grows dim for a moment. A dull rumble seems to start from the base of the anvil, the sound growing steadily louder, and finally filling the room with a deafening roar. You could swear you hear the mad laughter of Grotus in this roaring, or maybe it's Harem's own laughter. The anvil trembles and suddenly falls apart, as if trying to catch up in time with the rest of the fortress in its state of ruin. Religion check passed. Why did you destroy the anvil? Does Grotus encourage destruction now? I've always believed that Grotus does not destroy, he just waits until the end comes to everything in this world. It's very true. What have you done? We could use the anvil, or what's done is done, but in the future I forbid you to touch anything that could be... Just don't touch anything at all. Yeah, because that anvil could have been a huge prize for building up our barony. Have a excellently well-maintained magical furnace and anvil. But does Grotus... Yeah, does Grotus encourage destruction now? I've done what I had to do. This anvil should have been destroyed long ago. I've just restored righteousness. Harem looks at you angrily, but his voice trembles with sorrow. I had to do it. It was so hard for me, Melandra. Almost as hard as living itself. Harem wipes the tears from his eyes. I shouldn't have come here. What did I expect to find besides decay, dust, and ash? Forgive me, Melandra. Thank you for honoring my request and bringing me here, but now I wish to be alone. Well, that's certainly interesting. We can interact with it again. Thanks to Harem's efforts, the furnace is now broken. Fixing it will take a lot of work, if it's even possible. Yeah. Oh, I guess we should probably get some healing in. Also, what is that with that marching order with Harem in front? No, he was just in front because that's certainly not where I told him to be. We still need to deal with the puzzle up on the top floor.
I'm off.
Right, several sets of doors.
I'm there.
That door connects here where we've already been. That door connects there where we've already been. We haven't been through this door. Also, is there another door over here? No. Let's open that. We have already been in here. And here. So what's over here? Key needed. Okay, so we're still missing a key. Right, those were doors we weren't able to open before because we didn't have the keys. Where have I guess that's a question of where can I go at this point?
In due time.
Because we've found a lot of keys. It's possible some areas are now open. Then we have this puzzle. Which, from what I wrote down, we need the sun to face guests and the moon to face the furnace. We now know that the furnace is here. Right? No. Here. Furnace is there, so we're wanting the moon to face... I guess that direction. And I don't know where guests necessarily would apply. But the moon is sort of facing the right way. I don't think we've figured out... Let's go upstairs. There might be other paths that I've missed. If I can find doors. Actually, this looks unexplored. Did I not go down that hallway? I didn't go down either of these hallways. Okay, never mind then. We don't need to go upstairs quite yet. We still have more to explore down here.
Let's finish them quick.
Alright, Ekin, can you pull back, please? Nope.
Taste
All of you attack, but Ekin, you go back here.
Nowhere.
require healing.
Yes, you do require healing. You probably should rest sometime soon.
Avenge me.
You guys are gonna walk through a trap, which I very much don't want. So go back here. Let's see if you can pull... No? Alright. All of you, hold. Ekin, you stealth. Stealth? I guess you can't stealth because we're in combat. Come on. There's a trap there. You're just causing fear repeatedly on Valerie. That's a great choice. Definitely use all of your spell slots on that. When you run out of spell slots, maybe you'll rush over to us. How many first level spells do you have? Because that is your 7th cause fear. Okay, we gotta get in there. You're going for permanent kills now.
Your life ebbs low.
Alright, the web's annoying. Not the end of the world. Hey, and another key. Fantastic.
Completed.
Medium armor. Chainmail +2. I don't think anyone that's in medium armor would benefit. Maybe. That is better than what you have. Everyone's just stuck in the webs. Okay, nothing else hiding over there.
Rotus awaits us.
Yeah, you're out of your channel energy, unfortunately. Is that... I think that's our whole
I'm
team.
there.
Done.
Alright, this place is continuing to open up. Let's camp, since we are down some characters. Can't rest with enemies nearby. How near is nearby? Okay, we can rest here. It's gonna use... Hello? It's gonna use supplies. Can you guys not rest? Please? Okay. We put down a campsite. We can't use it. Yeah, so I could go all the way back out of here so that we could rest. I don't want to do that. Didn't mean to click that either. But I also don't know if I necessarily want us to keep charging forward this injured. If you heal Valerie a reasonable amount, maybe we're fine. Archon's Aura is probably something that I should have you cast on yourself regularly when we get into fights.
In due time.
Completed.
Alright, we've got 2 doors. They're leading into directions we don't have yet. We don't have explored yet. Rock Troll Thrower. Oh, there's Jason. And these guys are all friendly. You see a troll who looks familiar. He was the one who greeted you at the Lair's entrance. You believe his name was Jason, and he and some other trolls are surrounded by the gang of kobolds. Noticing you, Jason turns and bares his teeth. Borba came already. You like killing troll and kobold, Borba. Now Jason kill you. His muscles bulge under his thick pelt, and his eyes are dark with anger. Didn't want to fight. They attacked me first. You killed many people, plundered many villages, and now you have to answer for your crimes. Or what can I say? I just love killing. I didn't want to fight. They attacked me first. Oh. Borba lied. Borba came here on her own. I told Borba go away. The troll looks at you and snarls with contempt. We kill you now, Borba. But we no beasts anymore. We no eat your corpse. We bury it in some place. Let other Borba come to that place. Kobold, run. Trolls, dur Borba. The trolls roar loudly. So loudly dust falls from the ceiling. Several kobolds heed Jason and run, but the rest gather beside the trolls. A withered kobold clad in a stained rug, steps forward. Men's Tartuk. Menace, he hisses. Tartuk, kobolds, peace, men's death.
Life ends here.
Okay, and none of you are branded.
Strike.
So it might be better to go back to having your sister, but whatever. It's fine. Have you interrupt their attack. Oh, and we should probably deal with the rock thrower sooner rather than later.
Sister, protect me. Don't hold back.
Oh. Kaliki went down. Because Canera's here now. Why was Kaliki in melee range? Wait, are you branded? You are branded. Attack him then. Ooh, that's the symbol that we had rotated to. Interesting. Yeah, I have no idea what Kaliki was doing in melee. My guess is that she was maxed out on burn, but I probably had her set to her more powerful attack. And so she probably just ran forward because she couldn't use that powerful attack anymore because her burn was maxed out. Probably? If so, it's a bit of a silly way of handling it. But I get it, I suppose. Another one of these Dwarven helms. So yeah. That rune. Look, this is the rune of the Langbuck clan. Their whole clan must have perished many years ago. Now we know the place where their path ended. Let Grote has wrapped them up in his eternal emptiness. Ham reaches his hand forward, as if trying to touch the rune, but at the last moment, he jerks his fingers away. Do you know anything about this clan? Harem nods with dignity, pulling his beard again. Dwarves have long, long lives. When my father was still young, he saw the Langbuck's exodus from Five Kings Mountains. They were heading to the north. The whole city had gathered there then to wave goodbye to them. No one ever saw them again. Now I know what horrible fate befell over their poor souls. For all we know, the dwarves just left. We can't be so sure about their deaths. We know some of them did. Harem sighs with sadness. We know they had left, and we know that they never returned to the Dwarven Kingdom in the south. So what do you imagine could happen to them? Harem shakes his head, resigned, his beard making a slight rustling sound while moving out over his chest. No, Melandra, all your hopes are empty, as are any hopes in this world, I must add. Why does this rune shine? Dwarves like to mark the walls of their fortresses and caves. They use their clan rune for this purpose. Usually they enchant this rune to spread light, so that dwarves can proudly observe it, even in the total darkness. Harem examines the rune one more time. Where is all your pride now, O Langbuck plan? As far as I've heard, there's a big dwarven clan, the Langbuck, somewhere in Druma. I guess they own some sort of trade caravan business. They even own a store in Restov, supposedly. So they didn't perish yet, after all. What a shame. Harem lets out a discontented sigh. Anyway, every living creature is bound to die, he claims, but without too much certainty. Yeah, so sad, let's go. I hate how all these ending comments are so just rude. So, there's the 3 dwarven clans. Langbuck's is still, or is glowing. That is the symbol. That's not the symbol we left it on. We left it on the S symbol. That was one of the symbols that we had there, though. Hi, Mimic. Can you pull back? Actually, all of you. Pull back. Let's get to a position where our meleeers can actually get in. Can I loot? No, I can't loot the Mimic.
I'm there.
Magical light crossbow. We've gotten a couple of items that I haven't divvied out. I suppose I should. So we got this Belt of Physical Might, Strength and Con, +4. It's better than yours, so that seems fine. Then you've got just Strength, so I can give you Strength and Con. You've got Con, which is good. You've got Con. I guess I will take this Dexterity. And then weapon-wise, we've gotten some new stuff. Shocklight crossbow +1. And I don't know a circumstance I would ever actually use my crossbow over magic. Probably Lindsay's the only person that's actually going to use a crossbow. But I might as well upgrade. Nothing else has been magical. We just got a bunch of masterworks recently.
Follow if you dare.
Hi, kobolds. Those are the ones that ran away, I guess. And they're just hiding in that corner.
I do what I want. A test of my abilities.
Why is Valerie always in the back of the group? I don't understand. And And then 2 treasures that don't exist.
Done.
Okay. So that's connecting there. I don't think there were any other rooms that we've missed. So that's the hallway that goes back up to where the puzzle was.
I'm there.
And this goes up to that center room that we couldn't get into before. Gotcha. Well, since we are at this staircase, let's quickly
In due time.
go up to the puzzle, turn it, and see what happens with the sun and moon. It does seem to match, I think, the sun symbol more. But okay, we've now moved it to the F. Let's go down. See what it looks like now. We haven't found a control for the second circle, at least not that I recall seeing. No, wait. We're looking here. Yes, so that is rotating the sun. And I think those were the 2 symbols that already showed. So what we're saying is that the sun one, which we just rotated, needs to go back to the S. When we find a moon one, then we're going to want that Langbuk clan, I guess, symbol. Okay. Well, this episode's running a bit long, so I think I will quickly set you back over to the S. And then we will go to that central staircase that leads back up into the middle room. The room over here that we haven't been able to get into. And next time we'll head in there and see what there is to find. Or should I rest? No, we're doing alright, I say, as one party member's dead. And another one is mostly dead. But yeah, let's end the episode here. Next time we'll carry on and see what we find. For now, thank you all for watching, and I will see you guys then. Bye.